Staggering statistic, 41% of Idahoans are struggling to afford basic needs. That's according to a new report released by United Way of Treasure Valley.
Jude Binkley joins us in studio now and breaks down the numbers for us. Jude?
Well, Hunter Morgan, the ALICE report highlights the roughly 220,000 Idaho households making money but still struggling to afford things like housing, childcare, and food. More than 4 out of 10 Idahoans live on the financial edge, struggling to afford basic needs, according to the 2025 ALICE report, an acronym standing for Asset Limited Income Constrained Employed.
ALICE describes those that live at or above the poverty level, but are not making enough paycheck to cover their basic needs.
The report was put together by United Way of Treasure Valley to paint a picture of financial hardship in Idaho and better understand statewide needs.
These are your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues, those that are living paycheck to paycheck and are unable to afford the basics.
The data lags behind a few years, with their main information coming from census data.
We're talking in 2025 about 2023 data.
The percentage of Idahoans falling under ALICE has actually dropped 2% compared to last year's report.
41% is still too many.
But the long-term data shows an overall upward trend over the report's history.
We were seeing a pretty steady year-over-year uptick, with 43% pretty much consistent for the past few years, and then this slight decrease now to 41%.
United Way of Treasure Valley Director of Community Impact, Ann Wolverton, says the major issues they're seeing involve housing and childcare, with 75% of single mothers in Idaho falling into the ALICE category.
We were really seeing those increase of costs around housing, childcare, and food.
The organization says the study's important to understand major needs to connect Idahoans with organizations that can assist. One resource they run is Find Help Idaho, a statewide database where residents can enter their zip code and the resource will connect them to an assistance program.
So it's not just that we need to see wages rise in Idaho. It's also that we need to be showing up for these families to provide them with affordable and attainable housing. We need to show up for these families to make sure that they have access to healthy food. We need to provide opportunities for the youth in our community to thrive and grow.
That 41% figure is statewide and can really vary depending on the area of the state. For example, 47% of Canyon County residents are under ALICE. That's compared to 34% in Ada County. And Hunter Morgan, we will have a link to the full report and the nonprofit resource database in our web story at ktvb.com.
And Jude, you know, for viewers who are at home maybe thinking this, how much money would someone need to make to be considered a part of the ALICE category?
Well, Hunter, for Idaho, that threshold was calculated at about $29,000 for a single adult and about $80,000 for a family of 4.
Man, tough. Well, thank you, Jude.